On this video, we will cover how to solve multiple operations in the correct order. We will start with the simple operation, 2 plus 6 over 2. If there was no established order of operations, there would be two different ways of answering this operation. Let's start with the first one. Since we read from left to right, we could decide to first solve the addition of 2 plus 6 and then divide over 2. 2 plus 6 would give us 8, and then would divide over 2. That would give us 4. But we can see the operation in a different way and decide instead of first adding, first we would solve the division of 6 over 2. 6 over 2 would give us 3, and we would add that number 3 to 2, and 2 plus 3 gives us 5. So we see that we have two different answers, but we know that they can't both be mathematically correct. The first answer was incorrect, and the second one was correct. We know this because there is a rule that clarifies which operation should be performed first in any mathematical expression, and it is called the order of operations. You have probably learned the order of operations with the word PEMDAS. PEMDAS is an acronym that helps us remember the correct order of operations. You can see here that we start with operations inside parentheses. Then we have exponents and radicals. If you don't remember radicals, those are the ones that have the square root symbol. Then we have multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So you can use PEMDAS to remember the correct order. But I just want to mention that this word can be misleading because it gives us the idea that multiplication comes before division. And that is not true. Multiplication and division have the same importance. So you would solve whatever comes first. It could be a multiplication or a division, but from left to right. So we are going to write that. So it's in order from left to right. And the same thing happens with addition and subtraction. If you have addition and subtractions in the same problem, you would solve whatever comes first in order from left to right. Let's start with an example. Okay, we will use the order of operations to solve this problem. 5 plus 3 squared plus 4 times 3. We will remember our acronym for order of operations, PEMDAS. PEMDAS. Okay, so we don't have operations in parentheses, but we do have an exponent, 3 squared. So we would answer that one first. The square of 3 is 9. And then we see that we are left with only addition and multiplication. The order says that first we solved multiplications. We already did exponents. So we solve 4 times 3. That is 12. And now we only have addition. So if we only have addition, we solve whatever comes first from left to right. And 5 plus 9 is 14. Then we add 12, and that gives us 26. That is the correct answer for this problem. Now we will answer the second example. Let's write our order of operations is PEMDAS. Okay, and we see that we now have operations in parentheses. We have 5 minus 2. So that goes first. 5 minus 2 is 3. And we see that the parenthesis is next to a number. When we have that, it means that it's a multiplication. So we're going to keep the 3 inside a parenthesis. That means 2 times 3. Okay, and I see that now I have a multiplication and addition, but I have here an exponent and a radical. I just did parentheses, but now exponents and radicals is next. So now I need to solve the exponent 3 to the third power, and the radical square root of 25. 3 to the third power is 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. And then minus the square root of 25 is 5, because 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, so now we have 5 plus 2 times 3 plus 27 minus 5. I have additions, subtractions, and multiplications. We already did exponents. So multiplications comes next. So now we solve 2 times 3. That gives us 6. Now we only have additions and subtractions. So we said that if we have additions and subtractions, we solve whatever comes first from left to right. So we first solve 5 plus 6, that gives us 11, plus 27 minus 5. 11 plus 27, that gives us 38, minus 5. 38 minus 5 gives us 33. And that is the answer to this problem. I want to show you this last example because in this one we see that we can have a parenthesis inside another parenthesis. When that happens, you always start by solving the innermost parenthesis. That means the one that you have deeper inside. In this case, the innermost parenthesis is 6 minus 3. So we would answer that one first. 6 minus 3 is 3. But then we have another parenthesis outside that keeps that 3 inside. And the 5 would be before the parenthesis and then the 60. Okay, so now we have 3 plus 2 squared. I first need to solve this parenthesis, but here I have a radical. I'm sorry, an exponent. So I would have to answer that one first. The square of 2 is 4. Now I have 3 plus 4 inside the parenthesis. And that parenthesis is being multiplied times 5. So now I solve the operation 3 plus 4. That gives us 7. And that is being multiplied times 5. 5 times 7 is 35. It's negative 60. So now we have 60 minus 35. And that would give us an answer of 25. Okay? So that is the last example. Thank you for watching this video.